Hi, it's me, Rana, and I'm back in my home office in San Antonio, and it's been over a week since I arrived home from the live event in Portland. And what an incredible experience, really the whole weekend was. But especially that last day when 5 participants, including me, were basically allowed into the inner circle of Marketing Merge. And we were put in a spotlight and allowed or invited to talk about our businesses and where we saw ourselves going. And we received feedback from those key members of the team. And I'm talking about Mike Klingler, Ann Sieg, Dee Alcheva, Eric Walker, Barbara Silva, Patrice Walker, and Lindsay Holcomb, the people that make Marketing Merge what it is. But more than that, these are people that have been where we were at one time or another, and they understand our struggles. They understand maybe some of our fears, and they were there to help us individually and collectively. And I could really feel that. It wasn't so much about really even how we were applying what we were learning, although that was very important because we've learned a lot from their training and everything. But they really wanted to see us come out of ourselves to create something of our own. And I guess what I really wanted to communicate to you through this video was the thing that I came away from or with from that session, from the experience of being in the hot seat. And I was told some very specific things, and I'll share a couple of those with you. Because after talking to Dee on Saturday night and thinking about what my passion really was and how it was going to guide and direct my business, I really wanted to be prepared for that experience on Monday. So I drew out a diagram of what my business looked like. And what I was lacking was an umbrella that encompassed everything. And I found it. In fact, when I shared my idea, everyone was very affirming, and they all felt like it was really a very clear representation of a short, middle, and long-term goal or vision. And when Mike talked about something really big, something so big that people would laugh at, I didn't realize that's what I had until I left, and I thought, no one laughed. And in fact, I think we were all almost in tears because of the feeling and the emotion in the room when we were discussing this and discussing the needs of people out there that we could help. And it really was incredible. So, in fact, Marie does not know this, but after we got back to the hotel and we had our dinner and we sat there and we basically kind of, things were just occurring to us, and there'd be long pauses between things that we said and during dinner because we were so tired and so much had changed in us. And so we really felt like we needed to wait, of course, to do this video for one thing. But then when I went back up to the room, I went into the bathroom to get ready to go to bed, and I was rooming with Marie Leonard. And I'm not sure if she knows this or not, but I broke down, and I had a really good cry. And that, I think it was because, or I know it was because, the feelings that I had inside of me were so close to the surface after meeting with Mike and Ann and Eric, because I finally had it. I had my passion defined, and I knew the direction that I was going to go in, and I knew that it was the right one. And I think also I wondered and maybe cried because I hadn't stumbled upon it before that day, and because it was so important. And I had been maybe putting it off, maybe ignoring it. But that weekend and that day were instrumental in helping me to realize that it was time. And I have the unique situation of helping parents of autistic children to partner with them and to help them make their lives more independent and worthwhile. And I need to share it. And now I have a way to share it. And they gave me, or helped me to find the courage to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to have to hire a coach. That was something that was communicated to me directly about a certain skill set of writing and sharing my story in a powerful way, and sharing the emotional background of everything, because it is a very emotional subject when you talk about children and what they are able to accomplish, especially children with obstacles that are usually seem to the outside to be unsurmountable. So I'm excited and I'm empowered, and I love that I was able to talk to Anne about homeschooling her kids, and that I could tell Mike that I was going to do this, and that he believed me, and he could see it in me, and he could see the determination that I had inside of me. I loved talking to Dee Dee about what my passion really was, and I loved how she brought it out of me. And I loved, the affirmation that Barbara gave me, and that Patrice just, she was just so excited to hear about what I was going to be doing. And there was just there's no substitution for that. I loved that I could sit down with Eric face to face for the first time since we started working on our grand opus for the Renegade back office. And we could talk and we could smile at each other, and it was just really, really a special experience for me. And I hope everyone can have that, whether it's with, a different group of people, but or not, or with the same group of people. I just hope that you can come to your realization before you waste a lot of time building a business that you really don't have your heart in. And that has made all the difference for me, and I know it will for the rest of my life. So, keep up with me on ranaburr.com, my blog. You're going to find it at www.ranaburr.com. And I love it if you connected with me there or on Facebook. And you can do a search for me, Rana Burr, or Rana Zellner Burr, and on Twitter. I would love to see what you're doing and see what how you're following your passion, because it's very, very important. And I hope that you realize that.